Well, thank you. I had a nightmare actually that my voice was the line manager was saying that my voice was too scouse to be a teacher because the students keep pointing it out. Where I work is like a good hour away, so I'm the only scouser for miles, and they keep pointing it out. So I've got a complex about it now. I don't show my face because I'm a high school teacher, so I try to keep that separate. I don't want my identity to be revealed. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aries' highest good. How is Aries feeling in this first week of December 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Aries is feeling, first of all, please. Oh, so nice to use a different deck. Look how nice this artwork is. The 7 of Wands. So Aries, you're feeling very competitive at the moment. Feeling like you want the high ground, you want the advantage. It's fire energy, you know, classic you. You're very determined to achieve something against all odds or against competitors, okay? Lots of fire energy. Wands represent fire. I'm just checking some messages. Oh, okay, we're going to get rid of someone who's being silly. Do you know what? If you want Pornhub, go to that website. It's a Sunday morning and I'm reading tarot cards. Do you know what I mean? I think society needs professional help, honestly. You need professional help. You wouldn't go into a church and say, show your boobs, would you? Or maybe you would, maybe just a crank. I don't know. Oh dear. You're a bit hard up if you get off on someone's voice. Voices can sound nice, but you don't need to come onto a tarot channel and say things like that. You're better than that, I would hope. Okay, Aries. The Sun card. Okay, so you're feeling good at the moment. The Sun is when you don't have burdens, okay? In the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's a naked baby riding a horse bareback, giggling with the sun shining behind him, because he doesn't have a care in the world, you know? Babies are still at the id, in the sort of ego phase. You know, they have their basic needs met and they're happy. You know, at the moment, Aries, you've got a roof over your head, you've got money coming in, you're able to put food on the table for yourself, for others. You're not struggling in life, okay? Everyone has stuff they want to achieve, and everyone has problems, but we're not in a desperate situation, and that feels nice. So we've got a combination next of the Chariot and the Page of Cups reversed. Now, the Chariot is the major arcana for Cancer. The Emperor jumps into the Chariot, okay, and he has great determination. He makes strong moves. He travels in order to protect or gain new territory, to go to battle. Look at the Leo depictions in this stained glass. It's so pretty, but it's a huge determination, even though it's water. So you're very passionate about something, but you're unapologetic about it, And I don't think that you really want to show your cards. You know, the story of Cancer is a very protective sign, a defensive sign. This hard exterior of the Chariot is like the hard shell of Cancer the crab. You know, the water remains within, but it's very much fortified by that outer exterior. So I think you don't want to show weakness by showing feelings and emotion at the moment. I don't think you're going to let anyone mess up your plans. Sometimes when we open up our heart to love, we make ourselves susceptible, don't we? If you don't like tarot, why are you coming in? It's just bizarre. You're a bit of a boring person if you're just going to say things to people that you're not interested in. Let's get 3 cards for the one that's showing up for you, Aries. King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is upright. So this is someone, it could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They're in the masculine energy, okay? So this, with them being a king, they're not going to be a frivolous person. They're not a knight. They're not a page. They're not just slightly curious. This is someone who's aware of their day-to-day responsibilities, okay? Pentacles represent time, money, and energy. This person is very good and capable of taking care of finances, you know, the bills, the mortgage, the rent, saving up, you know, having the money to buy things for people that matter to them, to make a beautiful home, to run a business, to be part of a business and care about it. It's a very responsible person. But they're not going to make hasty decisions, okay? They're sat in their power. So yeah, there could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn that's either dealing with you at the moment, Aries, or interested in you. Oh, hi, Sarah. Welcome in. I'm gonna just make a couple of people that are already in here moderators, and you don't have to do anything, but if anyone says anything awful, I'm gonna let you just hide them. I don't do timeouts, I just hide people. One chance is enough. And you don't have to stay on for the whole time either. It's just I appreciate any help. Because the weirdos are heavy on a Sunday. The 2 of Cups reversed. I don't know if this person's feeling a bit rejected by you, Aries. Because the 2 of Cups, when it's upright, is that's someone who has just recently started dating and they feel like they've fallen in love. But they, you know, when it's upright, they believe that you both feel the same about one another. When it's reversed, it's unrequited, you know, like, gosh, I've got feelings for this person and they're not returning them. The 10 of Swords, wow, this person is devastated. They're absolutely devastated. You can't have any more swords than that. That's so dramatic, isn't it? I love these cards, you know. I only use them at Christmas time. Reminds me of being in Italy looking at medieval art. 10 is the end of a cycle. We can't feel any more pain than that because we wouldn't make it, honestly. Okay, so this person's absolutely devastated. In the outcome, we've got the Hermit and it's upright. So this is the major arcana for Virgo. Okay, Virgos are very reflective. The Hermit is, about keeping to yourself, isolating from love, literally holding yourself up, thinking really deep inside, like introspectively. Where did this go wrong? What was my part? What was their part? Okay, who's to blame? Can it be fixed? What do I want in a person in the future? It's really heavy shadow work. It's healthy. It's very, very healthy after an ending to be like that and be by yourself for 6 months or so, just really thinking about what happened, cross-examining what happened, and then thinking about what you want going forwards. It's time for healing, Page of Swords reversed. So the Page of Swords, when it's upright, it's someone who's watching and waiting. Okay, they're looking out. This is someone who's a lookout, and they're trying to see way into the distance to sort of have a head start over what's coming towards them. This is someone that doesn't necessarily want to be seen, but they're trying to gather information, okay? When it's reversed, the way that we gather information, in 2025 is probably by asking around, checking people's social media, checking our phones, for messages or status updates. It's that kind of vibe, okay? Or if it's someone that, is passing your house regularly or something like this. When it's reversed, we're kind of doing the opposite. So it's like, right, I don't want any updates. I want to block them because it's going to be too painful for me to I don't know about you guys, but if I'm devastated to this degree over someone, there's not a chance that I want updates on them or see photos of them, because if they're not sharing their life with me, why would I want that? It's going to be painful. Painful to see them looking happy, painful to see them with anyone else. No, thank you. So I think that's quite healthy energy. I don't answer questions. These are collective readings, okay? But thanks for asking rather than spamming. 6 of Wands reversed. Now, the 6 of Wands upright is when you feel so proud and celebrated and noticed and recognised. I mean, in a love reading, I'd say that that's when your partner, showers you with compliments, makes you feel, like they're really taking in every detail about you, anything you've changed about yourself, and they're giving you lots of attention. This is reversed, okay? So there's definitely a sense of full-scale rejection by this person, and they just don't want to know. And I think you're in this fierce, Aries state of I'm charging forward, I've got my plans, no one's getting in the way. So possibly in the past, love felt like a detriment to what you're trying to achieve, and you're hyper goal orientated. You've got these grand, things that you're trying to achieve. They're not small dreams, they're big ones. And I just think that at the moment you might be feeling like love is a hindrance, okay? Someone's going to distract you or disrupt or interrupt what you're trying to achieve. But this person is devastated. You don't have to be with them, okay? But I'm just telling you how they're feeling. Let's get a no contact message. This is what your person would say to you, Aries. Or the one that's showing up in your reading anyway. You might not want to view them as your person. So they could be an earth sign, but they don't have to be. They could have children, or they could have a high-powered job. Oh, need time to heal. Right now, I'm in a space where I need to focus on my healing and self-love. This isn't about you, it's about me. Ouch. That definitely fits with what we've seen so far, doesn't it? I think sometimes when you've been in something where someone's been very controlling or they've constantly undone and been the demise of every plan you've tried to make, you know, once you get autonomy over your life, it can feel like addictive, can't it? And you don't want to give that power back over to someone because you could have, like, not had autonomy over what goes on in your household towards yourself, towards your children, or anyone that you live with for many years. So why would you want to give that up straight away if it's, you know, very, very short-lived? Do you want to prolong the lifespan of that? I can't let go of the past. Okay, so this person's saying, I need time to heal, I can't let go of the past. Let's see what's going on in their head with these shadow healing cards. Complicated, lots of twists and turns, knotty situations, precarious. They felt like it wasn't smooth sailing between the two of you. Maybe you kept them at arm's length, or you were argumentative. You wanted the last word or the overall say. They could have found you quite, you know, overbearing when it comes to decision making. This has come out sideways, so I'm going to read both. Reassembling ruins from shattered pieces, gather strength to rebuild what was once broken. Shards of love, past trauma leave scars, take time to heal yourself. You might not be ready for love again, you know. This person could be misreading you. They could think, wow, you're really controlling, or you're really this, or you're really that. But actually, you're someone who's lived a kind of trauma because you never had control over your own household or your own things or people in your life that are really important to you, dependents. You may feel like it's just too precious to give that over again. And it's not about giving full power to someone, but you don't trust them to just only have, you know, 50% of the say. You're not able to compromise because, you know, no one was compromising with you for so long. Recording, announcing, expressing, revealing truth. They may deliver some home truths to you whether you want them or not. You may feel like, you know, they're that hurt, they've got to get some stuff off their chest. Sarah's all over it. Thank you, Sarah. There's some very lost people in this world, right? Haven't you got better stuff to do with your Sunday instead of like going and upsetting other people? Surely you want to go outside and enjoy the sunshine, or go and exercise, or work on a business, or a pastime, a hobby that you've got, instead of just raging at people like incessantly. Controversy, drama, scandal, truth coming out. Ooh. Something is getting revealed, but you may perhaps you've not revealed anything, you know, because you're very prideful, or you have, you know, you want your ego to be left intact. You don't want to reveal what happened in the past to this person and explain how you're behaving because you feel like it would show weakness. But it's going to be very difficult for this person to understand without revealing anything. Our connection is intense and it scares me. Yeah, I think you definitely clashed. If they are an earth sign, they won't like instability or periods of silence or feeling like they haven't got 50% of the say. Okay, because this is someone that also wants to feel like things are under control. And whenever 100% of the say goes to someone else, that doesn't feel good, and you know that, Aries. So you have to know that if you're going to have a partnership, and if you want a partnership, if you don't, that's fine. If you do, you have to see it from their perspective, because they were in the shoes that you were in. And you may have created that. Okay, so let's get some advice. What's the nature of this connection, please? New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Yeah, I do get the sense that this was something quite new in its infancy. What does this person love about Aries then? Because we talked about what they're not happy with, or what hurt them. Oh, you make them feel at home. Yeah, there's a lot that they get from being around you, but they just want their say as well. Okay, they don't want to be under your reign. They want to feel like it's a team, a partnership. Okay, they genuinely like they've got really good intentions. This person, if you wanted to know that. What's the nature of this connection, please? Take your power back. You are giving someone control over how you feel. Your happiness should only depend on you. That's interesting, because we've been talking about power balances, haven't we? Okay, so a lot of stuff is variable, like whether it's your house or theirs to start with, how long you've known each other. Should you give full autonomy to someone, or half of the say to someone when you've only just met? Probably not. So if they're asking for that at the beginning, sometimes it's just a simple thing of like, look, I've not had this place to myself for a very long time. I didn't have someone who wanted to discuss things together and would be partners, be a unit. It was dysfunctional. So, given the fact that we've only just met, yes, there's potential, but that's all it is for right now. You know, I'm happy to run my household. You know, if it's your children, if it's your property, no, you shouldn't be letting someone have 50-50 say, because that would be extremely trusting. They haven't proven themselves yet, so you're not wrong, Aries, but listen to what they've got to say about some things at least, and then let them have, you know, let them have a go at exercising good judgment when it comes to various small things that come up. You know, let them be there for you, let them be a calm person when the pressure hits, and let them prove themselves and say, look, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen in the future. I don't know where my voice went there. Say, it doesn't mean that's not going to happen in the future, but it would have to be like, you know, little and over time. There's not going to be that instant trust there, because I've had a bad experience and it's taken up half my lifetime, or it's taken up a quarter of my lifetime, or it's taken up years and really distressed me. So naturally, I want to protect what's mine. Doesn't mean it's always going to stay like this, but we're right at the beginning. And I think there needs to be some like dialogue, because what we haven't got here is we haven't got communication. We've got a lot of thinking and almost a bit of fighting, a bit of determination, a bit of blocking. So what we need is some communication, don't we? You're in control, so your emotions are also intact. Let's get some more advice. Passion. Why does my voice keep going? Light up your life by honouring your deepest desires. Okay, so you haven't got to be in this role all of the time of emperor and super serious. You know, enjoy the fact that someone wants to be near you, someone wants to be close with you. They're coming off like a very sensible, grounded person. They probably have deep emotions, you know, like allow yourself to enjoy that. If it's what you want, you've got free will. Wow. Do you know what? You just need to remember, guys, that if you go into a church or a mosque or a temple, it's illegal to kick over the chairs or shout abuse at people. That's illegal. When you come into my channel and I'm exercising a spirituality that millions of people around the world are interested in, knowing more about, that's their free will. You kicking over chairs or hurling abuse at me or them is pretty disgusting behaviour. And one day that will be illegal. Okay? So take yourselves away, enjoy your day, or hang around and be open-minded to see what this is about, but don't hurl abuse, because there won't be a timeout, you'll just be gone. I haven't got time for it, honestly. Affirmation. I listen to myself and acknowledge my needs. I assert myself and retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I don't have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and I'm respected by others. Okay? So that's really interesting that happened at the same time as someone was being excessively rude. Okay? You don't have to tolerate rudeness in your life, Aries. There's certain boundaries that you draw for yourself. And if someone is constantly contradicting what you say in front of your children, if someone has very opposite beliefs to you and isn't able to compromise or come to an agreement away from the children, why have you got them in your house? Do you know what I mean? If someone is going to discuss things with you before putting on a united front in front of your children or their children, that's a team, and therefore you can work with it. Let this person show what they're about, because if they're not willing to enter into a partnership, what are we doing? We're just letting a homosexual or someone turn up and have a room, you know, or get into our bed. We're not doing that, and you're right not to do that, but you may have like put up some very high walls, okay, and not even like let it be up for discussion, and that can be not just intimidating but unfair to people. Okay, a couple more of advice cards for you, Aries. Galactic harmony. Manifestation flows when your mind and heart are in harmony. Okay, so don't let logic supersede love. Try to find a balance. The Star Garden. Plant the seeds of your intentions. The universe will nurture your dreams into reality. Picture the person that you want, and I'm not talking about what they look like. You're allowed to fancy your person, but they need to have the personality, the characteristics, the behaviours that you're looking for. Okay, how do you perceive a healthy family household? Lunar radiance. Tap into the moon's energy, reflect, release, and renew your intentions. The radiant crown. Wear your crown of worthiness. You are deserving of every blessing the universe offers. The cosmic mirror. The universe mirrors your energy. Align with what you wish to attract. Okay, so your thoughts become a reality. I'm sure you've heard that before. But you can also ask your angels and say, angels, I would just like someone who's reliable, who's willing to discuss things, present a united front, hear my side of things, tell me their side of things in a way that's respectful, never go behind my back when it comes to their belief systems and how this household is to be run. I want someone who's going to do 50-50 around the house. Why should I be an emperor and run around mopping all the floors, cooking all the... You know, we're not saying they've got to do all that. We're saying just half and half. I think that's more than generous. If someone's going to be a slob, a homosexual, a hobosexual, and they're going to just act like, you know, this is just their bed and board, no, bye-bye. See you later. And it isn't that easy to get people out of your home. So maybe that's an aspect of your exercising caution, you know. And people can love bomb, or they can act a kind of way until they're moved in or until you're married, and then they can change. And you're like, who are you? Do you know what I mean? So you're just going to have to, you'll know really quickly whether someone's like normal or not. Well, you're not here to be charity to anyone. Right, one last one. Peaceful heart. Feel true serenity and harmony through a peaceful heart. Oh my God, that's stunning, isn't it? Okay, so make sure you get out in nature. Make sure you get lots of sleep. Okay? You are the most important person in your life. When you take care of yourself, you can take care of others. Balance your energies. Maintain balance in your energies to ensure overall harmony and stability. So that looks like the yin and yang thing, doesn't it, really? You need downtime, you need time to be vulnerable, you need time where you're getting looked after, okay? You're not just being that emperor, that harsh exterior, that determined person, because fire burns itself out eventually. So try and make sure that you've got rest and relaxation, exercise, fresh air, loads of sleep, make your environment fit for a king or a queen, you know, an emperor or an empress. Meditative stillness. Embrace stillness to cultivate serene mindfulness and deep presence. Wow. So you may even want to go as far as getting massages, doing sound baths, going for a spa, going swimming. I'm trying to think of like a variety of different things. Any kind of like aromatherapy. Oh, I love aromas. Reflexology. Yeah, you need pampering. You need pamper time, okay? We can work hard in the gym, but then you need to go in the sauna, the steam room. You need to sit in the hot tub. You need your downtime, whether you're male or female. you know? It's what you need. So if you're not interested in this person, when will someone new come along? Because your spidey sense may be tingling, you might think, I'm not into it. You know, even if they're a good person, I'm not into it, or I'm looking for something light for right now, where the person's not wanting to be serious instantly. It's your life, isn't it? When will someone new come along? Release expectations. It's all about you right now. But December, okay, so you've got lots of options. You do not have to focus on one person right now. Maybe this person's expecting to go too serious, too fast. I was going to say soon and fast. So I said fast. If you do want this person back, when will that be? Release the need to control the situation. Okay. I do think with that hermit energy, you both need a bit of time apart. Alright, I hope this resonates. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. If you wish to donate, there's a link in the channel description. Because with the super chats, YouTube is taking 50% of that and putting that in their own pocket. So I'd rather you click donate, to be honest. It's in the link to my channel description. Right, so let's tidy up these cards and we'll go on to Taurus. We've had a fair few freaks come in this morning, haven't we? But they'll just get hidden straight away. Do you know what I'm going to do? I've got these really nice paints. And I thought I could do, like, I've got these stencils somewhere. I thought I could do some cards using these colours, because I've not used them. I bought them off Team ages ago. I thought that'd be a nice little artistic project. Oh, you know what I could do? I could put, like, tape, like, zigzagged across to get straight lines, couldn't I? So it's like stained glass. Memberships will be starting in a few weeks. I've got to, like, have some time to sort those out, the technicalities behind them, but they will be monthly health and finance readings, which are really, really popular, using the Native American Indian medicine wheel. For the health readings, it's physical health, emotional health, mental health, spiritual health, as in your connection to the divine. They're like one of my most popular readings. And then business, education and finance, because obviously some of you will be retired, some of you will be studying, you won't be working for right now. So yeah, they're my most popular spreads. And then there'll be how to read tarot series as well. It's only something like $5.99 a month. Collective love readings will remain free, and they're weekly. Personal readings are £18. If the channel grows quickly, then I'll have to up the price. So, but yeah, they're very long readings. They're exactly the same, like 9 card spread, 3 for how you're feeling, 3 for how your person's feeling, and 3 for the outcome. And then I clarify loads and get messages from them. So, well worth the money. If you feel like doing that, you can email me, it's in the channel description, or you can private message on Instagram or TikTok and we can arrange that. Okay, it'll be a link to a pre-recorded reading. and turnaround time is 48 hours.